Hare Krishna. Am I audible? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Vishal Bhai Prabhu, for giving me this opportunity. Uh, Actually, today happens to be my birthday. I would like to elaborate on what is this birthday and this material existence. So, Krishna elaborates in Bhagavad Gita that the soul does not have any birth or death. No jayate mriyate va kadachin. But we celebrate the conditioned living entity celebrate this birthday as a very important day. But as a sadhaka, also we can introspect this birthday as a very important day because this reminds us that we are into this depreciating material existence. Depreciating material existence means that here our existence is getting dwindling. Particularly in my case, I am in the early 40s, so 43 years has passed. And in our childhood, while celebrating the birthday, we normally what we do, we cut the cake, and before cutting the cake, we blow off the candle. So now this blowing of the candle is very significant in context to our this relative material, temporary, illusory existence. Because in this material world, actually everything is blowing off by the effect of time factor. So here, this birthday also we celebrate based on the time that when a particular date arrives, we consider that yes, as per our material history, that on this day, this material body has come into this existence. Not in, or even this material body. The material body that come into existence has already blown off. That is now no more in existence. That is not there. That body has gone 43 years ago. But we still, by that, by the influence of illusory conception, we consider that yes, I am, this is my birth. So this is here in this world, we are living in a relative world. Here our birth, our name, our form, our qualities, our activities, everything is relative. Everything is in relation to that date when we have taken birth in this material world. We have taken birth in this material world on a particular date, in a particular family, and based on our material destination, we are doing some activities. Our name has been given by our father and mother. We have got a form based on our mother and father, and we are doing our activities based on our material destination. But in Harinam Chintamani, Haridas Thakur is giving a very wonderful, absolute glorification of Krishna's existence, Krishna's reality. We are into this relative reality. But what about Krishna's reality? So here I would like to read some portion from Harinam Chintamani. Like any object, Krishna, the absolute reality is known by four characteristics. We are also known by these four characteristics. What are those four characteristics? The name, the form, qualities, and activities. But in the case of Krishna, these elements are unlimited. The Supreme Personality of Godhead expressed himself by means of these four elements, which takes which take their spiritual existence by means of Lord's Shandhini energy. Shandhini energy is nothing but which gives the Shandhan of anything. So Krishna's Shandhini energy is giving his eternal Shandhan of Krishna. There is a book called, in Bengali, the title of that book is Sri Krishna Shandhane. That book by Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Shandhane means in search of Krishna. But in search of Krishna, we can search Krishna by his Shandhini energy. How we can know Krishna? In search of Krishna by these four things. But we know ourselves by our this relative name, relative. When we introduce someone, in this virtual world. We introduce that this person is this person, the name of this person is so and so. This person looks like this. His is a fair complexion, is a medium complexion. His the height is this so and so. We describe the form, and we describe the qualities also. This person is a well-behaved person, is a sober person, uh, and also we describe the activity. This person is a doctor, is an engineer, is a businessman. So like these four elements describe a person. But these four, the description of this material description is related to that material existence only. But here in another place, Haridas Thakur is telling that in spiritual existence, name, form, quality, activity are not differentiated from the person's actual identity, but by combination of dull material elements, which are not conscious, the covert living entity knows only name, quality, forms, and activities which are separate from one another and from his real self. So all this introduction that we give about a person is actually a relative description, a temporary description for this particular lifetime. And it can change. It can change. The activities may change. Our form gets changed. Our behavior or our qualities may get changed. All these material qualities may change. If we keep on into this, if we hang on into these dull material elements on. But when we come into the contact of a devotee, our real self restart the journey, which was sleeping inside us. It restarts the journey. And that's why the spiritual life means entering into this absolute platform where Krishna is always absolute. Krishna's name is always absolute. But we have to enter from a relative world into a spiritual world. That is our sadhana. That is the sadhana bhakti. And that's why in another place, Haridas Thakur is elaborating that what is actually the aparad. The aparad is when a conditioned living entity start chanting, and he start the chanting from a aparad platform. What is that aparad platform? Very wonderful point he's elaborating. That the greater the distance is less the effect of the name. Such obstruction or distance from the name where chanting give little or no effect is called aparad or offense. The obstruction of Bhavodhan or separation is the mistaken idea that Krishna's name and Krishna are different or separate. In other words, the belief that absolute truth does not reside in the name and that therefore chanting the name cannot bring one to the highest realization of truth is called Bhavodhan or separation. As long as this belief persists, love of God is impossible to attain. So this is the most unfortunate or inevitable offense we commit as a sadhaka commits at the preliminary stage, where we think that this name and Krishna is different because we impose our preconceived illusory conception in which we are existing. So the sadhana bhakti means that we have to overcome this illusion and come into the enlightenment. And when we come into this enlightenment, we can understand that as soon as we pronounce the name Krishna, his name, with this name, in this name, his form, his unlimited form, his unlimited qualities, his unlimited pastimes are all inclusive. It is encapsulated into this into this two syllable. And that is when this reveals, it is not a like we can achieve it by the mercy of Guru, Krishna and Vaishnavas. We can come to this realization when the revelation will happen as we chant. In material context also, we can understand that once we get introduction of a person by his name, by his form, by his qualities and activities, after that, if we just remember that name, say for Kushal Bihari Prabhu, when I first introduced with Kushal Bihari Prabhu, I just know the name. This is a Kushal Bihari Prabhu. Then I come into he's the doctor, then he's a dentist, he is residing in Mumbai, he's belong to that family, his activities are these. So after that, After this introduction, as soon as I remember Kushal Bihari Prabhu, all his things are reflected in my mind. But this is not happening with Krishna, because in Krishna's case, we separate the name, the form, the qualities. We impose our relative ideas as we are actually into this, because these activities, the material activities, the material name, the material form, the material this that. That's why this material date of birth is actually a completely illusion, because I never came into being existence. I was always existing as like Krishna. Like Krishna is Satchidananda, I am also Satchidananda, but this identity is completely covered by this dull material element. So the sadhana bhakti is by the mercy of Guru and Krishna. When I get this initiated name, why the Guru gives the initiated name? To revive that yes, you are not Shupartha Rudra, you are Sundar Gopal Das, you are eternal servant of Gopal, eternal servant of Krishna. But even though we take this name, we forget our identity and we think that I am this and that. So this is our misfortune. So on this day, I pray as a lotus feet of all the Vaishnavas that I can really come into the understanding of this absolute platform and overcome the illusion of this material existence by the wonderful process given by Guru and Krishna, this chanting of the holy name. Thank you so much, Kushal Bihari Prabhu and all the devotees for this wonderful platform. Hare Krishna.